All right. Hey. Welcome back to another Tech Support Spy live stream. We appreciate you guys joining me and watching me today. Hope everyone is having a great day today. Appreciate you again watching. If you're new to my live streams, my name is David. I am the founder of Tech Support Spy LLC. I'm a former college IT instructor, and I also have a CompTIA A+ certification background. If you're wondering, like, what the heck is a CompTIA A+ certification? That basically means you've been certified to have knowledge of how to troubleshoot and maintenance a computer or PC or smartphone. Basically says I've studied and gotten certified on how to troubleshoot and repair computers. One of the things that I want to do with Tech Support Spy, I want to be able to show the world how to become tech savvy, show the world how to use their computer, show the world on how to use technology, and basically just share the knowledge and information that I've gained over the years with my viewers and with our subscribers. So again, we do appreciate you guys joining me today and watching our live stream. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and also click the notification bell so that you get notified for when we are doing our live streams or when a new video is coming out. Also, make sure that you follow us on Twitch and make sure that you are following us there as well. We need at least 3,000 followers on Twitch, and hopefully you guys will follow us on Twitch. All right, how was that intro? And I'm supposed to have the chat going. I don't know if there's anyone in chat right now, but I want to see if there's anyone in the chat. Does not look as if there's anyone in chat, but I want to see how that intro was. If anyone is in chat, let me know how that intro was. Was it a 2 thumbs up or 2 pinky toes up? Let me know which one was it. I have sound effects too when I do my live streams. And if you're new to our live streams or to my live streams, so one, I'm new to getting into the live stream space. So I'm new to doing these live streams. And the goal in doing these live streams is to educate, and 2 is to entertain. So I'm still learning the cadence on how I want to deliver some of our content during the live stream. So I'm still learning. You know, if you are watching and you are a streamer, you know, either put something in the chat, let me know what I can do better, or give me some insight, give me some tips on what else I can do to make my live streams better, or reach out to us. Again, we're on all social media platforms. You can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, DM us, let us know, and give us some tips on what else that we can do to make our live streams better. All right. We're going to talk about Windows 11 today. So if you are, how many is in the chat? How many have already moved over to Windows 11? And if you've already moved over to Windows 11, share with me what your thoughts are of Windows 11. I'm still a little shaky with Windows 11. I have 4 computers that are on Windows 11, and I have 2 computers that are on Windows 10 still. I've extended the Windows 11 or Windows 10 security updates on those 2 computers because I still wanted to get the Windows 10 updates on those computers. But I'm still working around with Windows 11 on those computers. There's been a few bugs here and there with Windows 11, but I want to share with you guys just some of the minor things and differences that you'll see in Windows 10 and Windows 11. So that's what our stream is going to be about today. It's going to go through Windows 11 and give you some differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11 as it relates to the taskbar. So this is our agenda. Let me show you here. So this is our agenda for this live stream. We're going to talk about Windows 11, the taskbar. We're going to also talk about, so tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's going to be another live stream at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and you do not want to miss that live stream tomorrow, because that live stream tomorrow, we're going to talk about and show you how to open up a Windows PC laptop. So if you ever had the thought of, I wish I could open up my PC or open up my laptop and replace my own RAM and not have to take it to a shop or take it to someone to have them do it, I'm going to show you how to open up a laptop tomorrow. That way you'll be able to know how to upgrade your own RAM, upgrade your own hard drive, your solid state drive. I'll show you tomorrow the best ways to open up a Windows PC laptop tomorrow. So you do not want to miss that live stream tomorrow. And then two, we're going to have notes. We're going to have like reference notes and guides with tomorrow's live stream, so that you can go back and watch our live stream about how to open up a laptop. Those notes are going to show you what tools you need and show you what things you need to look out for when you're opening up a laptop. So hopefully you guys can join us tomorrow for that. Let's see here. All right. So one of the other things I want to talk about, as I do these live streams, and definitely chime in the chat. Let me know how I'm doing so far. Again, I'm new, and I'm going to use this excuse for the whole year of 2026, so that when I do live streams and if something is a little off, my excuse is I'm new. I'm like a baby to the live streaming space. I'm learning, trying to figure out the best cadence to do my live stream. So I'm going to use that excuse for the entire year. It could be November of 2026, and I'm still doing live streams. And if something goes haywire or weird or doesn't work right, my excuse would be, hey, I'm still new. So let me know how I'm doing so far with my live stream there in chat. So one of the things is that I wanted to share, and I've been trying to promote this, is we have a Wi-Fi internet troubleshooting guide that we put together, and it's out there on our website at techsupportspy.com/shop. And it has a video with it. And basically what that document or what that reference guide or those reference notes shows you how to troubleshoot your Wi-Fi internet. So if you're having issues with your Wi-Fi or your internet, it's lagging, or you're getting like a error message where you're not on the internet and you're not sure how to troubleshoot your Wi-Fi internet, you want to check out this guide. This guide is on our website. It gives you two options. Obviously, one option is you can always power cycle your router, but the other option is there's certain commands that you can run, and I break down what those commands are in this guide. So you definitely want to go to techsupportspy.com/shop and look for the Wi-Fi internet troubleshooting step 1, step 2 guide. It's only $2.40. It's less than a Dasani water bottle at UDF somewhere or your local BP gas station. So it's cheap, right? But this guide, I think, will definitely help you, at least give you 2 steps. There's a lot more other troubleshooting steps that you can use, and I'm going to do more live streams and more guides to show you to use those additional steps. But these steps here, I think will definitely give you a good start in troubleshooting your internet. Definitely these commands here, let me go back to them, like the Nesh, WinSock, Reset. And if you are like a PC computer enthusiast, you're probably like this. If you're not fully familiar with those commands, you'll like this guide. If you're non-tech savvy, then you'll learn about what those commands do to your network when you're troubleshooting your Wi-Fi, your internet, when it's not working. I think this is a great guide. You can download it for like less than $3, and you can use it as a reference guide to troubleshoot your internet if you're having issues with your Wi-Fi or with your internet. All right, what else we got? All right, I think that's it. We're definitely going to look at switching over to our main platform. So right now I'm on like multiple platforms. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. One of the things with Instagram, because of the resolution that they allow for you to do your live streams on, um, I'm not able to do a lot of the lesson and a lot of the presentations that I want to present to you on Instagram. So when I do get on Instagram, it's basically me, you know, um, letting Instagram viewers or Instagram followers know I'm live. So when you get a chance, you want to switch over to our main live platform, which is going to be here. Move this up a little bit. So if you go to twitch.tv/tech support spy, or if you go to youtube.com at tech support spy, go to the live streams and you'll be able to see our full live stream and see our full presentation on Windows 11 and the taskbar. And you'll still be able to chat with us in the chat. You'll still be able to interact with us there. So I encourage you, if you're on Instagram, to definitely go over to our twitch.tv/tech support spy, or our YouTube channel at youtube.com/at tech support spy. And if you're on Twitter, right, you can just type in the Twitter search, type in tech support spy, and you can go there and finish watching our presentation on Windows 11 taskbar there, right? So definitely switch over. And let's get into our presentation. So for those of you who are on Instagram, thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. I'll go ahead and end our live stream on Instagram, and we're going to get into our Windows 11 taskbar presentation. You can watch it on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So thanks for watching here on Instagram. Uh-oh, took off the wrong one. Twitch, Instagram. All right, let's see what we got here. Give me a second here. Thanks for joining me here. Got a lot going on. So we should still be on on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch. All right. All right. So we want to get into our live stream for the Windows 11 taskbar. So let me pull it up here. Man, I did not know, when you're trying to manage a live stream, how much you gotta be mindful of when you're trying to do a live stream. Like there's so many different variables and things you gotta be aware of and follow to make sure you're keeping up with your content and keeping up with your live stream. So I want to see, how many do we have on Twitch? Let me look here. Give me 1 second. I want to see how we're looking on Twitch here. All right, we got like a few followers here watching. All right, so let's get into this. So this is definitely going to be something that's good for those who have not yet switched over to Windows 11, or if you have switched over to Windows 11, you are still struggling to kind of understand some of the things about Windows 11 and the taskbar. The main focus is going to be the taskbar in this live streaming in our presentation today. And one of the things that you'll see some of the differences are between Windows 10 and Windows 11. It's pretty much the same, but you'll see that a lot of the things here in the lower right corner, open this up. Come on. All right, give me a second here. Let me fix this. Let me fix this real quick. All right, let's do that. And I'll do a troubleshooting video on how the tasks, there we go. You can use the task manager, like insert task. It's definitely a good way to troubleshoot and insert processes or tasks that are running in the background if you need to troubleshoot your PC. But as you'll see in Windows 11, this is my Windows 11 virtual machine here. You'll see that a lot of the options that are different in Windows 11 compared to Windows 10 is going to be that lower right-hand corner of the taskbar. And we'll talk about that here in our presentation. Let me delete this, go back to this, and move this over. All right, let's pull up the presentation here, then we'll dive into it. So we may end up going the full 60 minutes. We may maybe go for maybe just 50 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. Again, if whoever is watching, if you've are on Windows 11, let me know in the chat. I'd like to know who's on Windows 11, and let me know how much do you know about Windows 11. Is there certain things you wish you knew about Windows 11? Let me know in the chat what else you would like to learn about Windows 11, and maybe we can do a live stream that focuses on just that area in Windows 11. All right. So with this presentation, right, we're just going to show you some of the differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11. Right. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you were like me when it was announced that Windows 11 was going to be, the main operating system we had to move over to, and Windows 10 was going to be at the end of life. At that point, I already had a few Windows 11 PCs, but I was still more comfortable with Windows 10. But then Windows 11, as I started troubleshooting Windows 11, and mind you, you can go to techsupportspy.com and kind of look at my bio, but I do tech support as a secondary job and have been troubleshooting Windows 11 since Windows 11 was released. Starting to learn more and more about the operating system, and that's part of why I decided, hey, let's see if I can put together some presentations and kind of help others learn Windows 11 and do a comparison between both Windows 10 and Windows 11 to help people understand what the differences are and help people to be able to learn the different navigations between Windows 10 and Windows 11 and be able to start using Windows 11. But what you're going to see here in the taskbar is some differences, right? You're going to see here with Windows 11, the taskbar, you're going to have like the news widgets. The news widgets are, when you go down to the bottom and your mouse cursor hovers over it, you'll see the news. What's the news? What's going on with Trump, or what's the NASDAQ going, what's going on with the current news right now. So let me pull this up here. I'll show you. So here's your widget. The widget pulls up in Windows 11. It shows you what your weather is going to be, what the news is. That's going to be the news widget, right? And then you also have the start menu. We know the start menu is always going to be that 4-squared window pane as a start menu. That's been around, I want to say, since like Windows 1, I want to say. I can't fully remember. I remember seeing that window pane in like seeing some of Windows 98. It's always been there since XP, and on and on. XP, Vista, 7, 8, 10, and of course now Windows 11. Of course, you got the search, you got the task view. We're going to talk about the task view if you're not familiar with the task view. Applications in your system tray. So you got your applications, your hidden applications, and then you have your system tray. We'll talk about that. And those are some things that are different from Windows 10. Windows 10 still has the start menu, right? Still has the start menu, has the search. Has the task view. We'll talk about that again. The applications, the news and interests. That's what it was called in Windows 10. In Windows 11, it's just called the news widget. And it had the notification area. So the notification area is kind of the same as the system tray in Windows 11. We'll talk about that, right? So, how many we have? Welcome to chat. Welcome to chat. So give me a second here. Let's see who's watching. So we only got one person watching. I'm not sure. Who do we have on Twitch? Twitch, and who do we have on Twitter? Let's take a look at Twitter real quick. All right, we got a few people on Twitter watching. Appreciate you watching here on Twitter. All right. So let's go ahead and continue on. So we want to go ahead now get into the demo, right? Between Windows 10 and Windows 11. And again, if you're in chat, again, I'm new. I'm gonna use the new factor in getting into the live stream space for the entire year of 2026. That I am new. So if something seems a little off, it's because I'm new to the live stream space. So let's take a look at this, right? So to the left is going to be our Windows 10, and then to the right is going to be our Windows 11. Let's minimize this. So we're having some issues with our Windows 10 virtual machine here. We might have to. There we go. All right. So one of the things is here to the left, right? You have pretty much the same setup in Windows 10 as you do in Windows 11, almost, right? You got the that's a bad color. Let me change the color here. Let's go with this. There we go. You got the window pane for your start menu, and then on the right we have our Windows 11 virtual machine. You have the start menu here, the window pane, right? And then of course you have the task view. And what the task view is, you're probably wondering, what the heck is a task view? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is, right? So what the task view is, it gives you the option to create like multiple desktops or virtual desktops, right? So you can probably create one desktop that's solely for, I don't know, let's say you play games, or you open up your Xbox game bar, you play Xbox games, or if you're not into that and you play solitaire, you can create a virtual desktop that has your solitaire games or whatever games you play, and then you can create a separate desktop that may have like your email up, and you can call it email, and then you call it games. And when you start your computer, right, you go to one of those task views that has those virtual desktops. Your game bar, your solitaire game is already up and running, ready for you to play it. Your email is already up, ready for you to play it, right? So you can have different desktop views, different task views on how you want to use your computer. You can have one for your email, have one for your games, have one for Facebook that has Facebook up, right? You can have multiple views, multiple desktop views, or multiple task views that you can use to have, to kind of help you, organize different views of how you want to use your computer, right? Then you also have your applications, right? We know that's the same here. That's the one thing about Windows, as you see, a lot of it, they always piggyback off what the previous operating system was, and they make some minor tweaks and changes. Like Windows 11 definitely has some things that are different, right? And I'll do another live stream on it. But if you look at like the start menu, right? The start menu is different. If you look at this, right, on the start menu on Windows 10, you have all your apps that's going to be horizontal. If you go to Windows 11, you'll see that all your apps are not horizontal. You got to go up to all to get it in that view in the start menu for all your apps to be horizontal. A video might be better than a live stream. Thank you for the input. And you may be right. I'll have to take a look at that. So thanks for the input. So then, right, you can also look at in the lower left corner here is all of this, right? Remember, we have the tasks, we have the date and time. We also have some of your different utilities, like your network utility. Right, you have like your network utility, you have your volume utility, all in the lower right corner. Same thing with Windows 11. You have your volume utility and your network utility all in the lower right corner. But one thing that's different, if you look at this, so Windows 10, when you clicked on the utilities in the lower right corner, they opened up as like individual utilities. In Windows 11, they open up in like a centralized box that kind of gives you, a different view, like a centralized view where all your different utilities are. It has your network, it has your volume, your Bluetooth. All of that is in one centralized box. That's one of the differences between Windows 11 and Windows 10. All right. So, any questions on that? We have a few, and appreciate the input on the live stream. All right. So let's take a look at this. So in this presentation, what I put together was just some navigation in going through the different parts of Windows 11, right? So we talked about the news widget, we talked about the start menu, we kind of went over the search box, we kind of talked about the task view, and then we also talked about the system tray. So let's kind of go through these, right? So let me move this. Let me put this together here. Appreciate that, Carrie. Thank you so much. So let's try to maneuver this here. Let's put this to the left. And then let's put this to the right. All right. All right. So we talked about the news widget, right? And I don't know, I don't use the news widget. I didn't never use it in Windows 10, and I don't use it in Windows 11. I don't really keep up with I keep up with the news like everyone else, but I don't use it. I don't really see the reason in using it, but I guess it's a cool feature to have there for those who want to know what's going on in the world. If you want to know if World War III is about to start, it might be good to have that in the lower left corner and be able to click on it, and you see that, a war started. Or you may see that gas prices have, went down to $2.02. So it might be good to have it down there if you want to use it. But I hardly ever use this to see what's going on in the news. If I'm wanting to know what's going on in the news, I keep up with the local news, sometimes CNN, but of course the news widget is always going to be in that lower left corner here on the start menu on Windows 11. If you click on it, obviously, if you left click on it. And one quick thing too, if you are, non-tech savvy, and I have this in presentation, anytime that you want to select something in Windows, it's always the left click. If you want to be able to open up options to see what those options are, right? You can always right click, right, to get options that you can choose. Left click to select, right? And I have it here. Left click to select, right click to open up options. So if you left click on the news widget, right, it opens up. But You're not able to left click on it, but I thought you could left click on it or right click on it to see if there's any options for it, but there aren't any options for it. But that is the news widget, right? And then what I had next in the presentation was navigate to the start menu and left click on it to open the start menu. So you're gonna left click, open up the start menu, right? And you're basically looking at the start menu. I'm gonna have some steps missing on this, but you can click the all here and you see all of your apps that's installed on the computer here under all, right? Remember the differences in Windows 10, right? When you left clicked on the start menu in Windows 10, you automatically got all your apps in that horizontal view, right? And that's one of the things that's going to be different in Windows 11 is that when you click on the start menu in Windows 11, you're not going to get that horizontal view of all your apps, right? You got to click on all here and be able to see all your apps that's available to you there. All right. Let's see what we have next here. We already talked about the search box, right? So the search box is either, it all depends on how you have it set up, right? And I'll do another video on how you can change the behavior of their taskbar at the bottom, right? So one of the things is that you can do, and I'll show you this real quickly, it's not in the PowerPoint presentation, but you can change some of the settings for the search. So let's say right now the search box shows like this, right? This is how it looks. But let's say you want to change it and you don't want it to be as like a search field box. You can go here and change it and say just do a search icon only and see how it shows you as a search icon. It just shows you as this a magnifying glass. Is there any way to get it to vertically? Is there any way to get it vertically like Windows 10, the apps? I believe there is. I cannot remember how to do that. So for that, Carrie, let me table that. I believe there is for you to be able to change that view. I cannot remember it right now. I mean, there's so many things about Windows 11, really all of Windows. But I have to kind of basically go back and refresh my memory on that. We'll have to pull up some research and refresh my memory how to do that. But I cannot remember how to do that currently at the moment. But it should be a way there in the taskbar settings. I remember here. Yeah, let's table that. Let me table that. And what I'll do is, so this is going to be on. Yeah, we'll do, Carrie. So understand this this live stream will be on our YouTube, and I'll put a comment in the YouTube live once I go back over it, and put a comment in navigation where you can change it to make the apps be straight horizontal in the start menu. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll make a comment there in the YouTube live once I'm done here to give you that information of how you can make it horizontal in Windows 11. Good question. Thank you. Where was I? Let's see. All right. Yes. I was talking about the search, right? So you're able to change some of the behavior of the different taskbar. Thank you much. Do appreciate it, Carrie. Where you can change some of the settings in your taskbar, and I'll do another video or a live stream to show you how you can navigate and change some of the things in the taskbar settings. But that is a search, and as you know, as you see, right, it's similar to Windows 10, right? Windows 10 has a search down here, right? It's the same feature in Windows 11, right? All right, the task view. I think you may like the task view here. So thank you. Best viewers, complimentary viewers. Thanks for chiming in. The task view. So again, as I talked about the task view gives you the option to create like multiple desktop views, right? Virtual views. Just view it as this virtual views, right? So this is the icon here for your task view. So we're going to play around with this here, right? Right. This is it here. And let's see here. Let's click on this, right? Oh, you know what? I forgot. I already had a few desktops created for this. So, desktop one. So let's start over from scratch here. When you click on this, right, you have multiple desktops. So let me start from scratch here. So right click, we want to delete it. Right click, we don't want to rename this. When you click on the desktop view, you're going to have your current desktop, and then you can create a new desktop. So you can do a new desktop, and it's going to open up. And let's say for this new desktop, we want, I don't know, Twitter. X. Let's just say CNN. We were talking about news earlier. Let's go to CNN.com, right? And I'm just curious, for those of you who are in chat, which site do you mainly kind of keep up with your news? Do you keep up with your local news? Do you go to CNN.com? Are there any other news sites out there that you do use to kind of keep up with what's going on in the world? I'm curious because of course, I keep up with my local news, but I also do sometimes check out CNN.com to kind of see what's going on, especially with Trump. Won't get into politics. I'll leave the politics alone. We want to just stick with our Windows and our technology and computer content. So, we want to wait. All right. Finally, CNN is starting to come up. So we can basically have one virtual view that has like our CNN or our favorite websites up. Then we might have a second virtual view that might have, like I said, our games up. So let's go back down to the task view. And I'm having a little bit of trouble here with my virtual machine. And I'm going to go back to my original desktop. Right. And then you can name these, right? As you click on the icon, the desktop view one, I'm gonna right click on it, go to rename, and I'll say, primary. The virtual machine is a little slow. Let me go back to it. We're gonna say primary view, right? And then I'm gonna go back to the task view, and I'll name the desktop 2. I'll name it CNN. And see how you can toggle back and forth, right? CNN view, you can agree. When I go back to my primary view, see how I can go back and forth? So if I were to restart the computer and then it restarts, I should still have instant access to CNN.com when I toggle to that task view because I have multiple virtual views, multiple task views open to kind of toggle back and forth between different views in Windows 11. So hope that makes sense. Hope you like that. What else do I have here? All right. The system tray, right? So the system tray, which is going to be down here, right, in the lower right-hand corner, right? And it's pretty much the same thing as Windows 10. Is just that, again, in Windows 11, you're going to see that the The time is still there. The different utilities for volume, network, um, hidden icons, that's all going to be the same, right? That's all going to be down there the same. But the only difference is that when you click on like the volume icon or the network icon, it doesn't open up as a single utility for you to use like it does in Windows 10. It comes up in a centralized box, right? So when you click on that, right, let's say we want to click on our volume icon. And again, my virtual machine is a little slow right here. So give me a second here. So when it comes up, you see that it's in that centralized box that I was speaking on. Give me a second here. Come on. All right, so let's stick with this view here. I'm waiting for it to go back to the regular view, but yeah, it's not working when I click on this. There it goes. I got a lot going on. I got like OBS going. I got like 2 virtual machines going, and this is a PC that has like I think I got like 32 gigs of RAM in here. I can't remember. Let me go to it real quick. That's one thing too. There's so much content I want to do when it comes to computers. There's so much stuff I want to do. So, I got 64 gigs of RAM in here. I must have upgraded it. I can't remember if I upgraded 32 gigs or if I upgraded it to 64 gigs. Obviously, I upgraded it to 64 gigs. But I got a lot of stuff going on, including 2 virtual machines at the same time. But so one of the things that I want to show is that as you go down to the system tray, Windows 10, you can individually click on the volume, click on your network, and it opens up, and you can solely focus on that. But in Windows 11, it comes up in a different box, and it's not an individual utility. You have to choose the utility within that centralized box, right, to do whatever configuration you need to do, whether you need to change your output or your input devices, or you need to change your Bluetooth, you need to change what Wi-Fi network you want to connect to. That is definitely a major difference between Windows 11, right, and Windows 10, right? You still got your hidden icons down here, same as in Windows 11. The only difference is that when you click on like the volume or the network icon, it opens up in a little box, right? Opens in like a centralized location for each utility. All right. Any questions on that? All right. Anything in the chat? All right. Carrie, do appreciate you joining today as well. Complimentary tick views, or what is it? Stick Lerv. Appreciate you joining as well. Any questions? All right. So we did have a small group. I do appreciate the input for those viewers. Definitely, Carrie, I do appreciate you giving insight on this might be better being a video, but I do appreciate you subscribing as well. Tomorrow, you definitely want to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we will do a live stream on opening up a laptop. So if you've ever wondered how you can open up a Windows PC laptop, you'll want to join in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. I think I have, where is did I download that? Let me see. Got a lot of stuff going on. Let's see here. I don't have, I should have pulled this up. Where are we at? Here we go. All right, here it is. So tomorrow, I am going to open up like at least 3 laptops. We're going to open up a Chromebook. Familiar with a Chromebook? Chromebook is another laptop. It's not a Windows laptop. It's a Chrome laptop. It has the Chrome OS on it, and we'll then open up a Lenovo computer that is a Windows computer, and then we'll open up HP, an HP computer, and we're going to show you what tools you need, what things you need to look for when you're examining where to open up a laptop. And one of the things, the advantages of knowing how to open up a laptop is you're able to upgrade, and in some cases, repair your own laptop. Definitely upgrade your RAM. So if you need new RAM, you don't want to have to pay $100 somewhere to upgrade your RAM, have someone do it. Learn how to do it yourself tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and see what you need to look for to open up a laptop. And you'll be able to open up a laptop to upgrade your RAM. You'll be able to upgrade your storage device that's on the inside. It might be a SSD. There's more things that you have to do if you're going to upgrade your storage device or hard drive or SSD in a laptop. You can't just go out and get a hard drive and open up your laptop, take out the old hard drive and put it in. There's additional steps and things you have to do to upgrade your hard drive or your storage device in a laptop. I won't get into that tomorrow, but the main focus is showing you how to open up a laptop. All right. So please join me tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time to see how you can open up a laptop. So all right. So we're supposed to start at 6:30 Eastern time. It's now about to be 7:20 Eastern time. And I've gone through my presentation. So I do appreciate those of you that have watched this presentation. Carrie, I do appreciate you joining and commenting. Thank you so much. I am going to end this live stream, and I do hope those viewers learned something. Please join me tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Let's open up some laptops, learn something from me, learn something from Tech Support Spy, and hopefully you like our content and like our live stream. We appreciate you joining me today and watching our content. Thank you so much for watching Tech Support Spy.